What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if it's your first time, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe to my YouTube channels, there is a bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you be in the loop. So going right in, fam. King Von, Chicago rapper, among 3 people who was killed in a shooting involving police outside of a club Friday in Atlanta. That's early this morning, fam. The incident started, police say, about 3 a.m. when 2 groups of males started arguing with each other outside of Monaco Hookah Lounge, and 2 groups exchanged gunfire. 2 off-duty police officers who were in uniform working an extra job at the lounge was there, and they along with an on-duty officer who was patrolling nearby confronted the groups and opened fire. That's surprising, because normally when it's some real gangster stuff going down, and people are having a shootout or whatever, somebody shooting the police is they ain't trying to mix it up. So I would like to know the extent of the police officers' involvement in the shootings. So 3 of the people shot in the incident had died as a result of their wounds, and 3 others are being treated in area hospitals. The officers were not injured. Police confirmed that King Von, whose real name is Devon Bennett, was among those killed in the shooting. The identities of the other people who were shot had not been released. It was unclear if anyone was struck by the officer's gunfire, but police said detectives believe Bennett was shot during the initial confrontation between the 2 groups of males. Additionally, King Von was not located at the scene, but arrived at the hospital shortly after the shooting via a private vehicle, police said. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation was asked to investigate the officer-involved shooting. So part of that investigation is going to be trying to determine which individuals were struck by gunfire from the suspects and whether any were struck by gunfire from the officers. So several people in the hip-hop community obviously have posted their messages of condolences on social media. And it's tough for a lot of people to take, but there are also people out there that are saying that King Von got what he deserved. They're saying that, he promoted the lifestyle, the shoot 'em up, gang bang, bang bang, home invasion lifestyle. And, I went to his Instagram and man, they were going in. People were actually leaving smiling faces, and the tears when you're laughing so hard you're crying. They leaving those little emojis, and they were just making a whole lot of comments yeah, oh, you dead, ha ha ha, that kind of thing. So apparently, he had a lot of animosity out there, and a lot of people that just didn't care to see him alive. Last month, King Von released his album, Welcome to O Block. That was a nod to the area around 64th Street and King Drive on the south side where he was raised. So, that was a message that was left that his publicist read, and it said, he was a devoted father, a deeply loved, loyal friend, and a man who took care of his people before himself. We are heartbroken for his family, his friends, his team, and his fans. Long live King Von. That is also, it's like such a waste, right? The dude was, let me check his age. I know he was a youngster, but let me see exactly how old he was. The dude had obtained a great level of success. He had like 2.4 million followers on Instagram. And I mean, he was getting it. He was getting to the bag. Let's see. Yeah, he was definitely getting to the bag. So where's his age? August 9th, 1994, 26. Oh, man. Yeah. So he just had a birthday. Yeah, 26 years old. Wow. So much going, fam. So he had so much going on for himself. He could have done so much more, right? Especially coming from the south side of Chicago. You make it out. And, you know, the name of the game is to not just make it out, but become one of them type of dudes that can build and go back and reach and grab others and help them get out. I mean, the ones who want to, because some of them, they don't want to get out. They want to be right there. So, but the ones who do want to get out, you help them, but also not just help those that in your immediate vicinity, but, you know, you reach out and inspire and motivate others to want to do better, right? I mean, that's what it's really about, right? So, because I just don't believe that life is just about partying, BSing, having sex, making babies, partying, and dying, you know, buying cars and jewelry and homes, clothes. I just, you know, when you ain't ever had anything, that stuff is going to be attractive. But at some point you grow out of it. He was still 26. That's still right at the age where you start to grow out of it, right? So he, you know, he wasn't there yet. And coming from where he came from, being conditioned the way he was, you know, it ain't as easy as some people think to just leave that lifestyle all the way behind. It's not as easy. You got to remember, fam, this boy was conditioned from in the womb. He was conditioned. So it's like anything else. It's like, I mean, imagine a person that's a racist. They've been conditioned before they were born. When their mom and daddy met, both of them racist, and they procreated. And now this kid got racist views because that's all he ever been around. That's all he's ever known. From the first time he could start listening in the womb, he hears racial epithets. You know, he hears his mom and dad referring to people as in derogatory terms, you know, disparaging words, you know, based on their race or their background, you know, conditioned. So that person, if that person is ever to change, it's going to take some time. They may have to go through the full range of racist stuff, even attacking somebody. And somewhere down the line, they figure it out and say, you know what, man, this is the stupidest shit ever, right? And they figure it out. This is how it is for a lot of cats in the hood who come into money. When you from the hood and you come into money, guess who you got around? You're going to be getting to that money with you. People from the hood. Oftentimes it'd be somebody from the hood that put you on. So you kind of like still really, really close to the behavior. You're close to the action. Your people are still in the hood. So when there's a birthday party, where's it going to be at? In the hood. Or even if it's not a birthday party, if it's somebody's birthday, you just go by, stop by, kick them down some bread or whatever. You go by and you visit your aunt. You visit your cousins. They're in the hood, you know? And just because you made it don't mean that you got to make everybody else got to have what you have, because you work for what you have, right? And it's not your job to take care of everybody else. If you do it, that's cool, but it's not your job. And also, if you try to take care of everybody else, you might find yourself like Hammer blowing 30 million and ending up broke and have to losing everything and then have to try to rebuild. That's what stop a lot of dudes from the hood also, fam. When you're in the hood and you come into money, that's what break a lot of dudes, trying to take care of everybody like they got Warren Buffett type money. You know, like they sitting on billions instead of a few million. And a lot of times cats ain't even sitting on a few million. They might be sitting on a few 100,000, but you're lending out 5,000 here, 100 here, 500 here, 50 here, 20 there, 2,000 there, 3,000 over here. Then on top of lending out money, you're taking care of yourself. You got a house note, you got your car notes, you got your jewelry, you're going to get your new clothes, your fresh outfits, light bills, gas bill, what, man, that stuff add up. I remember one time I was spending money so fast, I thought somebody was stealing my money at the bank. I thought they were stealing it. I went to looking at it, man, hold on, man, something ain't right. And I never would like write down everything. You know, some people back in the day, some of you youngsters don't know, but we used to have a thing called checkbooks. And you would write down every time you purchase something, you write down what it is and the amount. So you subtracting as you go, and you see what kind of money you spend. So I wouldn't keep those type of records. I would just spend and just look at my balances. Woo, man! I was spending money so fast. I thought they was robbing me at the bank. And then when I'd go down and I go back through my statement and itemize everything, I said, "Damn, I did spend that. Yeah, I did that. Ooh, yeah, I did." And you add it up. See, when you spending 500 here, and I know I'm getting a little off topic, but I'll get right back to it. But I think this is important because this is important beyond the topic. When you're spending 50 here, 35 here, 200 here, 1,500 there, 1,700, 5,000 here, 800, 250, $201, you know, $18, you know, it don't really seem like a lot of money when you got a few 100,000 in the bank or you got a few million in the bank. But you look at those statements monthly, all of a sudden, man, you look back, man, you spent $50,000 in 1 month. You spent $100,000 in 1 month. 150,000 in 1 month. You'd be like, what the hell? So you got to be mindful, of your spending, and I think it's very important as soon as you can to get to. Hold on, what happened? Yo. Now I'm wondering, how much did y'all miss? I'm just talking and didn't realize. Okay, I guess maybe y'all heard me. Did I blink out? I'm not sure. I know my screen blanked. So anyway, fam, it's important to keep your eye on your money. It's important to keep your eye on your money because that money goes fast. It goes real fast. I'm going into the comments. Ja lives. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Serena? Yeah. Yeah. Buying my mom a house was the first big purchase I made. that was before, I mean, I bought her a house before I bought myself. I was still living in an apartment. So I bought her a home before I had a home. Yeah, but I was trying to accomplish that goal. That was like a lifelong goal of mine. I mean, childhood, baby, like ever since I can remember. Man, I'm gonna get her out of here. Get her out of here. I'm in my house. So first chance I got to do it, I did it. Liberate my people says I blew 17K in 3 months. Yeah, it could happen. That money go fast, man. That's why it's important to always have that money coming in and have multiple streams of income. I can't stress that enough, because when things ain't going, when things are not going the way that you hope in one industry, you can always get money in another industry. So, and no matter how great the industry you are in, it'll have a slow time. It'll slow down at some point. So yeah, that's important. Hold on, screen tripping. Yeah, and try to have more have assets than liabilities. If it's not putting money into your pocket, it's a liability. If it's putting money into your pockets, it's an asset. Simple as that. So they don't know who killed. I see people asking who killed Vaughn. They don't know who killed him. They don't know if it was a police bullet or an enemy's bullet. Well, I guess the police can be an enemy and the police. Yeah, they're often the enemy and the police. So anyway, they don't know, but they don't think that a police officer, he died from a police officer shooting bullet. They think that he was shot in the initial shooting, in the initial shootout with some rivals. And so he had already taken off and went to the hospital. And I guess he died at the hospital. Yeah, in fact, let me retract. Yeah, the police actually said it wasn't them. That's what they said. They say we didn't shoot him. But who knows? They could be saying that so that they don't like create any more tension between themselves and the public. Who knows? But that's what they said. They said that they didn't shoot him. They think he was shot by one of his rivals, but they don't know exactly whose gun squeezed the trigger that released the bullets that entered his body. Okay, so y'all saying it wasn't 12. You know, in any event, it don't really matter, right? Like to his family and friends, right? He dead. Family, friends, and fans, it really don't matter. He's dead. You know, it ain't like he's dead and somebody's like, oh, the police didn't do it, and everybody's gonna go like, oh, cool, that's cool, man. I'm happy to hear that. You know, like, no, it's like, you know, he's dead. It don't matter, you know, who inflicted the kill shot. Let me look at this video right quick, fam. let's see, King Von shooting. Okay, I think I got it here. Kind of blurry, but it's kind of blurred, but so it looked like a fight broke out. The fight broke out first before the shooting broke out. So here's the crazy thing, fam. Like, over the past 3 weekends, 3 people have been killed in 3 different incidents in 3 different cities. In Houston, 3 rappers were killed 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, 3 people were killed at a strip club in Dallas. And then now here in Atlanta, you have 3 people killed at a hookah bar. And these are all our people, mostly. I believe one of the people, one person was not Black in Houston, but everybody else, from what I understand, has been Black. This is madness, fam. With all the enemies we have out there, we really like killing each other over nothing. Like, if you really think about it, what is it over? What is this stuff really over? Like, what is it over that anybody couldn't have like said, you know what, man, my bad. And, you know, there'd been some mutual respect there, and then just, you know, then left it alone. You know, don't get me wrong, fam. You know, I'm not trying to come off as no Pollock purebred type, you know, but because I do believe it's a time. I do believe it's, you know, there is a time to kill. I do believe. But we have so many situations where it's like over nothing. Like, this stuff is over nothing. And then when you think about it, they say there was an argument, right? So just about every person that's ever been killed in some type of conflict, that was an argument that ensued prior to them getting killed. That was an argument. This is why it's important to do your best to avoid arguments. I'm talking about like contentious arguments, you know, where you start hurling insults at one another and stuff like that. It is very important to try to avoid that, because you have to think, what is the worst that can happen? You know what you're going to do, but you don't know what the other person is going to do. And this is what gets most people killed. They have a very good idea of what they're going to do. They know what they're capable of, but they don't know what the other person is capable of. They don't know what the other person is going to do. You may have on your mind, man, I'm finna go in there tonight, man. Anybody get out of line, I'm gonna whoop them. I'm gonna knock them out. That other person might be thinking, the next person who tries me, the next person who violates me, I am going to kill them. No question. And nothing is going to stop me. Or that person might be thinking, yeah, I heard he want beef. I heard he looking for me. And they may catch you and see you before you catch them and see them. And you can't see everything at once. You can't see everybody. Yeah, you got your eye on your enemy, but you don't know nothing about his goon that's sitting there talking to you, having a conversation with you. Like he cool, like he just a regular old dude. You don't know that. So I don't think it's a good idea to make unnecessary enemies. I'm not saying be a coward. I mean, enemy is an enemy. If you come down to it, your enemy, damn, whatever. But I just don't think it's a good idea to go around just purposely making enemies. I don't think that's a good idea. So you might go to the club and you strap, your boys strap, and y'all ready to lay somebody down. But the person you getting into it with, they may be ready to lay somebody down too. Now you're thinking, we got the ups. No matter what, if something go down, we got the ups. But you didn't anticipate that this person had a hair trigger. And at the first sign, they gonna start dumping. Or you didn't anticipate that he had another cat with him that was off to the side, sitting at a different table. And you thinking all of your beef is right here, but you got beef right here too. And you might even have beef over there and behind you. You're not thinking on that level. So when you get to trying to, you already got peeled just that quick. You thinking, oh, my partner, he's strapped. We finna go in here. You know, something go down, we good. Your partner strapped, but your partner, y'all arguing with somebody. Next thing you know, somebody then started dumping. Partner ain't got a chance to even pull because he never seen it coming. This is why it's important, man. Just try to avoid that conflict if you can, because conflict is costly. Now, even if you win, even if you get the ups, even if you lay down somebody, you still may throw your life away, because more than likely, when you kill somebody, their family is going to try to come after you. They're going to want justice. And American justice system is a crap shot, 50-50, you know? And worse than that, if you don't have resources. So you don't know how these people are going to decide. And it's not good odds, especially being a black man in America, to put your future in the hands of this biased judicial system. That is a bad idea. That is a very bad idea. And each time that I have slipped up and allowed that to happen to me, I felt so damn vulnerable, so stupid. Like, damn. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want them sitting in judge. You don't want your oppressor sitting in judgment of you. You don't want to go into a courtroom hoping for mercy from people who have been hired to show you no mercy. Like, they lick their chops like, yeah, this is good. Boy, this is a nice job I got. Nice. Boy, I don't even have to go out looking for them, man. They just show up every day. And all of them got a sad story. All of them got a sob story. Going back into the comments, fam. Let's see. Nikki Nay, what's up? John Carter. The boss. What it look like? Theodore says, everybody got a gun or could get one. It's about the element of surprise. Yeah, like it don't matter how cold-blooded you are with it. Don't care. It don't matter how many people you killed so far. If somebody got an idea, especially if somebody know who you are, if they already know your reputation, you're already at a disadvantage. Because if they know your reputation and they know you got a history for having a hair trigger temper, then that person is going to be certain, if they're really about that life, to get you before you get them. Before you ever get a chance to get off, they're going to get at you. Like growing up, the dudes that was the loudest, the dudes that was the Billy Badasses, the bullies, they were the easiest ones for me to whoop. They were the easiest ones for me to take down, because I knew exactly what they were going to do. I knew exactly what their strategy was. Easy pickings. Same thing with these dudes that be going around in these videos, flashing them guns and stuff. They are so easy to get. Self-snitching. They're easy to get for cats in the streets. They're easy to get for the police. They're very easy. What's up, Kevin Moore? Preacher. Kyrie Wolf. SC Beats, what's up? SC Beats say all the homies ran when the shots rang out. What's up, Miss Michi? Sean Milo, Veach Wheels, Jason Lomax. Jason Lomax has asked a poignant question. How do we come out of this mental illness? Well, it starts at home. I mean, you've heard it before. You know, I think that those of us who know, we can mentor and we can try to motivate and inspire, and we'll reach people. We will. But the most important component is the family unit. That is the most important. And so unfortunately, you got people that are unlearned birthing children. And, you know, if you're unlearned, what can you teach but unlearned behavior? So, I mean, you know, unless, you know, something happens where even an unlearned person decides, you know what, my life was messed up, I was jacked up, but I'm not going to do that to my children. I'm not going to allow what happened to me to happen to my children. Yeah, I've been out there and I've been reckless, but before I have children, let me get myself together. Let me make sure I got some money so that I don't bring children into this world at a social disadvantage. Let me make sure that I do that. You know, so ultimately, everyone is responsible for their own actions. It's called self-accountability. No other grown person can be responsible for another grown person. You're responsible for yourself first and foremost. You bring children into the world, they're your responsibility, not society's. However, Having said that, society is tasked with picking up the slack. And I have no problem with that personally, because everybody ain't able. Everybody is not blessed to have parents who are loving, who are responsible, who are good teachers and coaches, who are financially able. Everybody not able. Everybody don't have that. So I have no problem doing my part. And I think that we all should do our part. But ultimately, there is no greater tool than the family. There's no greater tool to come out of this mental illness than the people who bring these children into the world in the first place. And that goes beyond just the hood. Let's get that straight. If Donald Trump's mama and daddy were better people, we wouldn't have a person like that. He wouldn't be in the condition he's in. He wouldn't have the mental condition that he has. If all of these homegrown terrorists had better parents, if they had a mama and a daddy in the house who really loved them, they would have made sure they gave them the correct information and would have, planted some seeds in them, some seeds of goodness, consideration, tolerance, love, empathy. They would have put that in them, but they didn't. They didn't, fam. They didn't do it. Why? Because they were unqualified. These dudes out here who are sex traffickers, if they had better parents, they wouldn't be out here doing what they're doing. If they had a better upbringing. The ones who are out here, riding around doing home invasions, knocking out old folks, just randomly knocking folks out, helpless people out. Police officers who murder out of jealousy, envy, and hate. If they had a better upbringing, they wouldn't be doing that. It starts with the mama and the daddy. The mama and the daddy. The daddy and the mama. That's where it starts. Yes, that's a good point. Some do come from good parents and still they end up messed up. That's true. But we are people, we are creatures of habits. Human beings are creatures of habit. So more than likely, we are going to be however we were raised to be. Whatever we were conditioned to be, that's what we're going to be. There's always exceptions. I was an exception. But I was a rare exception. So there's exceptions. Just like if you grew up in a household where education is stressed, if you go on to do great things on the education front, nobody's going to lose their mind when you graduate high school. They're going to go crazy. When you graduate college, they'll cheer. Because you know what? When you graduate high school and you make it, when you make it out, you graduate high school, the parents that are involved, the parents who have put the work in, they expect that. That's the least you can do, all this goddamn work I done done. So the parents that are involved, they do this here. Yeah. Then, because know what they're thinking when they're doing this here? When that clap is reserved, they're going like this, thinking to themselves, all right, college next. We got to do that. Thinking about, they thinking about business. They thinking about the next level. A lot of places where, homes where education is not stressed, they doing this in, going crazy, losing their minds because they think it's over. They think, hey, you can graduate, that's it. My job is done, that's it. When education is not stressed, if you drop out in the 7th grade, 9th grade, 11th grade, whatever, ain't nobody tripping, because guess what? Everybody dropped out. So ain't no big deal. But when you go to school and you do great things academically, it put the pressure on everybody in the household. It put the pressure on the kids, that's the next kid that's coming up, because they don't want to be outshined, because they like how, they notice how mom and dad talk about their sister or their brother that's doing well in school and how proud they are. They want those same type of accolades. They want that same type of praise. So it's just a natural thing for them to do. Go to school, go to college, get degrees. It's natural. So more than likely, however you were raised, that's how you're going to be, more than likely. There's always an exception, but more than likely, however you were raised, that is how you're going to be. When you see kids, parents who have good credits, who have really good credit, the kids tend to grow up and they come up and they have good credit. They value credit because they've been conditioned to value credit. Their parents, they watch their parents handle credit properly. And their parents have taught them over and over again. And when they gave them their first credit card, they gave them directions, instructions on how to use that credit card responsibly. When you have been raised in a household where your parents have not had good credit and they're just scratching and struggling to survive, they have no experience with credit. They don't value credit. They don't have any experience with it. They've never had good credit. So they can't teach you about credit because they don't know anything about credit. So you go out there, as soon as you get out there and you first chance you get a credit card. You think credit cards is free money. So what you do? Start spending the money. You got a $500 limit. You ain't got 500 in the bank. So what you do? Spend the whole 500. Now you're behind. And now you're paying maximum interest every month. And then what happens? More than likely, that account ends up getting closed. You end up defaulting on the account. But when you have experience, when you've been taught the right way how to value credit, you have a better understanding. You come in day one, instead of being 18 years old with a 500 strict credit score, you coming in with a 750. Time you graduate college, you can get anything you want just off your credit score. And what do? You know that you got that off the muscle of your credit score. So what do? You make sure you protect that credit score because you want to because you like that access. You like that privilege that a good credit score give you. Low interest rates on cars and homes, people trying to give you loans. You like that. Feels good. It feels empowering. You've been conditioned. It's like Pavlovs Law. Pavlov did the experiment with the rats, where he put these rats inside of a cage with cheese and a rat trap, and he put the cheese on the trap. Now, you know, rats are attracted to cheese. It's a natural instinct. So initially, all the rats would try to go get the cheese. Then the rats would see, each rat would witness every time one of the rats would go get the cheese, they get their neck snap. So after a while, the other rats who witnessing the slaughter would go after the cheese, but they be a little bit more hesitant before they go and try to get it. And then no matter how long they waited before they went in and tried to get it, it would snap their neck. It got to a point to where it happened so frequently while these other rats were witnessing what was happening. Some of the rats just starved themselves before they would try to get that cheese. You can think about the same way, you can think of slavery the same way. It is a human being's natural instinct to be free. But if every time you witness a human being trying to be free, and they were hunted down like a dog and put on display for the other enslaved human beings to see, and they were stripped and they were beaten, some raped, beaten, had their feet chopped off, arms chopped off. They were tarred and feathered, boiled in water, had their limbs bound to horses, and then the horse gets struck and they run in different directions, and they see the limbs just come off the body, and then they come through and they just stomp you. People see that. They say, you know what, I don't want that to happen to me. Even though it's a natural thing for me to be a free person, I'm not going to do it. So you're conditioned. They conditioned you to be a slave. Same thing with these sellouts, these buck dance and sambos. They're conditioned. Throw your people under the bus. We'll pay you. Stand up for your people. We'll ostracize you. They're conditioned. Oh, you mean, I can get money. I can get on TV if I throw my people under the bus. I can get on TV a lot faster. I mean, I could probably get on TV if I didn't, but that requires integrity and that requires more work. I want to take the shortcut. What's the shortcut? Let me throw my people under the bus. Oh, I'll rise to the top like that. Boom. Condition. What's up, Miss Princess? Sir, two tokes? Sir, two tokes. Koskwala. Let's see. So who is that? Michelle says, at what point is Willie Lynch syndrome broken? Everybody can't get it. I understand. Everybody can't go. That's it. Everybody not going to get it. It's going to be up to the individual. Ultimately, fam, look, it's like this. Okay, so I was raised in the mud like a lot of people. So I was taking on certain behavior where, I was doing stuff that would have the police looking for me. At some point, I had to make up my mind that I didn't want to live my life like that, because ultimately I knew no matter how I was raised, the universe don't care that your parents are alcoholics. The court system doesn't care if you're poor, and that is the reason why you went and robbed that bank or that convenience store. They don't care. That's not a defense. It's not going to be a good defense for Black people, especially. So they are going to punish you, period. The guy in the street, the guy that got the house down the street, he don't care that you're 15 years old. You're breaking in his house, he catch you crawling through that window, he's going to shoot you in your head and everywhere else. He don't care. In fact, even if he don't catch you breaking it, if he finds out you broke in, when he sees you, he's going to shoot you and kill you. When you're fighting, the dude that you're fighting against, he sees you as an enemy. Enemies, when you're fighting, there is no rule to how far you can go to stop a threat. So that dude, if he got a knife or a gun, more than likely he's going to use it on you. So at some point, you have to decide for yourself. You can't be going around in life feeling sorry for yourself, throwing a pity party. All of us got our own issues. We all have painful situations that we've been through in life. And everybody thinks that their pain is worse than the other person's pain. Everybody thinks they've been hurt the most. Think about relationships when it don't go right. When relationships go bad, no matter who the person is, who did what, each person thinks they've been hurt the most. They've been harmed the most. Even if you find, even the person that, let's say a person cheated in a relationship, the person who cheated will think that they've been wrong more than the person they cheated on. If a person is the abuser in a relationship, that person who abuses the other person will think, man, they've been wrong more than the person they've been abusing. Because they'll justify, well, the reason why I hit you is because, you always walk around looking all sad, got a sad look on your face. Remember Ike and Tina Turner? Ike said the reason why I hit her is because she walk around looking all sad. I asked her, well, why are you looking all sad? So I smack her and then she straighten her face up. So everybody thinks that their pain is deeper than everybody else's pain. Everybody thinks they've been wronged more. So ultimately, it's going to come down to basic human decency and accountability. We're all responsible for our own actions at the end of the day, no matter what our story is. We're all going to be held responsible for our own actions. And that's just the way life is. R.I.P. King Von. No more talk.